Well, shaking people, back with another reaction, back with some more Kajagoogoo. I do apologize, I know this is a deep dive that keeps slipping off, but I will continue through it, and now that it's back on my radar, perhaps it'll be a little more regular again. Shout out to Han Solo for sharing this greatest hits CD. The reason I'm holding a J-drama box set right here is because we're going to listen to a tune called Never Ending Story, and if I'm right about this, it's a track I think was in the 80s film. Again, I was born in 1980, I'm very much an 80s kid. That film is absolutely one I remember from my childhood. I remember it being very dramatic and exciting and really enjoying parts of it, also being traumatized by some other parts. The part where Artreu's horse gets, left behind in the swamp when he gets saved, it was like, oh man, like that's fucked up. But again, it's a very memorable film. I believe this song is perhaps used in the end credits. Either way, I can hear the melody, the never-ending story, like the way it sort of rides off into the sky. I can hear it in my head, so I believe this is that track. And the reason I'm holding this is a J-drama, I think it's from like 2014. It's called Antiquarian Bookshop Biblia's Case Files. It's a show that combines romance, detective, also it's basically a love letter to books and to like collecting books. But the end credit music of this is like a modern remix, and I think maybe Japanese language at the very least. I don't think it's the Kajagoogoo original, but it's the Never Ending Story. And I remember when I was watching this show and I got to the end credit for the first time and it starts playing, it's like, oh man, why does this sound familiar? And again, I think it is Japanese language because I don't think like the title phrase is said in English. So I remember thinking like, man, why do I know this? And eventually it clicked, the melody. It was like, oh, it's the Never-Ending Story. So long story short, I'm pretty sure I know what we're about to hear. And again, it relates to, as far as I remember, a film that is a, sort of a milestone of my childhood. One of the first films I remember being very excited by, but also like, oh, wait, what happened? And who's this creature? And what is this? And what happened in that last part? So yeah, bottom line, let's confirm that it is the track I'm thinking of. This is Kajagoogoo. The track is Never Ending Story, and it's from a greatest hits album that Han Solo has made available. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. push that up a moment before fading. So yeah, again, it's the tune I remembered, with, again, maybe in part because, a few years ago I watched a J-drama that brought that tune back to me. Again, if I'm remembering correctly, I think it's end credits. I can't imagine that plays like during a scene in the film. Admittedly, it's been years since I've seen it, so maybe I'm wrong about that, but yeah, I do enjoy the vocals, both the main like lead vocal and especially that melodic vocal after the main never-ending storyline. So yeah, it's classic, it's nostalgic, and yeah, it's now like oddly related to a TV show that came much later in a different country. So in any case, let me know what you think of this one. I will see you next time. Peace.